I'm Dr. Yasapa from Zion Law School. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see everybody. I am in Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City, at a park. And you all can see, let me show you. So the Vietnamese people like to come outside when the sun is out, when the sun goes down. About an hour ago, there were a whole lot more people here than this. This whole pathway was full of people. It's about 6:40 p.m. in the evening. And so this is every day. Today is Sunday, okay? So this is every day. One of the striking differences that I've noticed about being in foreign countries, in other countries, no matter where I've gone, when you go to the park, the people are out, people are playing games together, doing things together, and it's completely different than what happens in the quote-unquote black culture. So in the black culture, like Eddie, something like this, my experience, okay? I'm talking about my experience. Places where I've lived, places where I've traveled to, people that I've gone, and my family. When people come together like this, there's usually, at some point, there's going to be a big fight, a big argument. Something's going to happen. Now, that's just my experience. Maybe you all can relate to that. Maybe that's also your experience, okay? I don't know. But that's the most striking difference, is that the people do things together and they cooperate. And I've never seen a fight, a near fight, or an argument. I've never seen people disrespecting each other the way they do in our community. Ever. All right? So now I've seen fights. Well, actually, no. When I was in Poland, I never saw people fight. I've seen soccer matches, right? And I've heard about the things that happen after soccer matches when I was in Poland. All right? They can be very violent and deadly after a soccer match. Not even a professional soccer match, okay? And they call the people who fight, they call them hoodlums. So they call the rowdy people hoodlums. So my point in making this video is this. I saw a YouTube short. It was a quote-unquote black lady. I'm calling her black because she referred to herself and her people as black. So this was a question she asked, and I'm going to attempt to answer her question for her. She said, why is it that every community hates black people? How is it that every community hates the black people? And what have the black people ever done to anybody? And then she said, the black people have been the ones who were brought over here in chains. And everybody knows that whole story, so I won't go through that, all right? So if I had the chance to speak with that young lady, I would tell her that this whole idea of someone hating her or hating the black people just because they're black, that's not true. In the U.S., you are taught that people hate you because you're black. You're taught that. Right? You're taught that because you don't understand why people are so cruel to you in the U.S. for being black, right? But that's not actually why you're being treated so badly. So I'll go back in time and give you the real reason. All right? The real reason is that our people, the indigenous people, the people who are from the soil, are receiving punishments. Deuteronomy chapter 28. We are receiving punishments for not following the Most High's instructions. And what are his instructions? His natural law, right? We gave up what's natural. We gave up the natural laws in exchange for religion and dogma. All right, now that is the essence of it. Now let's bring it up into our time. All right, so you think that the so-called white people hate you because you're black. No, that's not why they hate you. They treat you so badly, one, because you're in dishonor. Probably more importantly than that, and well, my personal opinion is that's what they're supposed to do, right? They are here, their purpose is to oppress you, to conquer you, and to attack you physically and psychically. Psychically, that's right, mental attacks. Genesis chapter 1. You don't know what I'm talking about? Watch the video that I did on Genesis chapter 1 and chapter 2. Just search for it on Zion Law School YouTube channel, right here, search for it. That's their purpose, to attack you and to conquer you and to have you in subjection, period. That's their purpose, okay? So they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. The next reason is this. They have your land. They have your birthright. Okay, they're living off of your property and off of your energy. Okay, that's why they don't like you. Because they don't want you, well, one, because they can't own property. All right, so watch the video on my YouTube channel right here. It's a video of a baby chimpanzee and a baby orangutan. Okay, look for that video. And it's going to tell you why the hybrids cannot own property. All right? It's going to tell you that. So they have no ability to own property. The rightful heir owns everything. So as long as there's no rightful heir, the person who has possession of the property owns the property. Okay? So they want to keep you oppressed and ignorant and stupid and confused so that they can continue to live off of your property and your energy. That's what it's really all about. That's what it's really all about. They're living off of your property. All right? And when you think about it, it doesn't make sense, does it? It doesn't make sense for someone to hate you and treat you badly. They don't even know you. They don't know you from Adam. Doesn't make sense, does it? Race is just an argument to mask, to hide the real issue. The real issue is estate. And they've conquered you physically and mentally, and they're living off of your estate. Okay, so if imagine you're living off of somebody. You got their stuff and they don't know it. All right? Imagine that. Are you going to feel good about yourself? Are you going to feel good about them? Every time you look at them, you realize that everything you have belongs to them. Okay? And that you can't have anything. So imagine how they feel. Knowing that if you ever wake up, you can take your stuff back. Okay? So that's the real issue. They may not tell you that. Some of them may not even know it consciously. All right? But many of them do. And they're certainly not going to tell you. All right? Because when you return to the Most High, you return to following natural law, the Most High's instructions. I'm talking about the commands, the instructions. In religion, y'all call it the Mosaic Law. All right? In religion, it's called the Mosaic Law. It, at its essence, is natural law. All right? Natural law. The laws that govern the universe and human interactions. This is natural law, okay? All right, everybody? So, if you want to get from under the oppression, you need to return to nature. You need to return to nature. To return to nature is to return to the Most High, all right? So if you don't know how that works or what that looks like, you can come to our Saturday class, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Saturday we do a live online class, okay? You can come in for free. Make sure you read the course description. We discuss Deuteronomy chapter 28. We do it word for word. Etymology, etymological meaning of each word. It's part of speech, etc., etc., etc. And we examine scientifically the verses. There's no religion whatsoever. And I have to warn you, if you're brave enough to come to these classes and participate, what you learn will completely transform who you are. It'll completely transform you in a positive way. All right? So if you're not the kind of person who can handle change, these classes are not for you. All right? They are not for you because you may have some sadness, some cognitive dissonance, some anger, etc., etc., etc. Okay, y'all? But if you can handle it, if you can handle the truth, if you can handle it, show up, participate, all right? Participate. My message to all of you is return to the Most High, return to nature. You're only going to do that by learning what the natural laws are, right? That's common sense, right? So, our primary service and product at Zion Law School is teaching Ancient Ibaryath, all right? That's what we do. The culture and your heritage is embedded in the Ancient Ibaryath language, all right? Let me repeat that. Your culture, your ancient culture and heritage is embedded in the Ancient Ibaryath language, all right? Everybody needs to understand that. Culture and heritage is in the language. So if you want to know your ancient culture and heritage, you need to do what? Understand Ancient Ibaryath, all right? So the culture and the heritage is right there, and we extract it. We extract it every class, all right? You'll see it for yourself. No religious doctrine. No games, no play. You get it straight from the original language, all right, y'all? And of course, we do a lot of analysis, all right? We do a lot of analysis. It's not just looking at words and repeating them, all right? We do the analytical work, the heavy lifting, the analysis. The analysis is what matters, all right? The analysis, let me repeat it. The analysis, this is what matters, all right? All right, so everybody's invited. So at some point, everybody comes to the place where they have to make a decision. Everybody comes to the crossroads, all right? Everybody will eventually get to the place we call the crossroads, where you have to make a decision. What are you going to do? You come across this new information. What are you going to do? Are you going to cling to your religion? Are you going to cling to your doctrine, to your organization, to your leaders? Or are you going to cling to the natural laws and principles that govern that govern consciousness, the universe. What are you going to cling to? Who are you going to cling to? Huh? Who? That's the issue. That is the issue. All right? That's the issue. So in religion, you hear people talking about the truth, especially amongst you Hebrew Israelites. Always talking about the truth and you in the truth. How long you been in the truth? I've been in the truth X number of years and all of that garbage. Okay, that's religious talk. There is no in the truth. There is no in the truth. That's religion. All right? There is no true religious doctrine because there's no true religion. All right? If there's no true religion, then that means there's no true religious doctrine. Okay? So in yesterday's class, one of the things we talked about is the meaning of truth. The meaning of truth. What was JC the Christ figure talking about? What was JC the Christ figure talking about? First of all, when we talk about JC the Christ figure, we're talking about the S-U-N sun. The S-U-N sun. You look into the sky, into the heavens, you see the S-U-N sun. That is also the S-O-N sun. How do we know? Because the S-O-N sun is the same as the S-U-N sun. All right? They're spelled differently. But even just a couple hundred years ago, the S-U-N sun in the sky was spelled S-O-N. S-O-N and sometimes S-U-N. Didn't matter. Everybody knew what that word meant. All right? Okay? So when the Christ figure says he is the sun, the S-O-N is how they spell it, right? Okay, so that's still astrology. That's still the S-O-N, S-U-N in the sky. Understand. Understand the play with words, all right? To get you stuck in a religious mindset where you're giving your energy, your power, and your finance to an external deity, voluntarily weakening and crippling yourself, voluntarily turning off those natural powers and gifts that you possess, that you were born with, came to you free, that can liberate you if you would only become aware that you have them, acknowledge them, and use them. All right? So you're getting played like a fiddle. You're getting played like a cheap piano in a juke joint. All right? In religion. So my point is this. In yesterday's class, we talked about truth. All right? We talked about truth. The esoteric meaning of truth. When the Christ figure said that he's the way, the truth, and the light. We discussed this in yesterday's class, Saturday's live online class. That's 506, the Curses course. The link is in the description area of the video. All right, so y'all click on that and register for the course and come and visit us, okay? And also, if you haven't subscribed to the 101 Ancient Ibaryath course already, make sure you go and subscribe to that course. That's a life-changing course, all right? The link is in the description area of this video. All right, so the Christ tells everybody, JC the Christ figure tells everybody that he is the way. He is the path. He is the route. All right? You look deeply into this topic, you're going to find that he's talking about the ecliptic. All right? When he says he's the way, he's referring to the ecliptic. This is astrology. All right? He's saying, I am the ecliptic. I am the route, the path that the sun takes in its annual path, its annual route its annual travel around the earth. I am the way. I am the ecliptic. I am the truth. Nobody tells a lie in the truth in the light, do they? When the lights are on, people tend to tell the truth, don't they? When the lights are on, people tend to be what? Friendly and kind and honorable. Right? The lights are on. Is anybody going to steal and everybody's looking at you? You can see who's there next to you. You can see where your wallet is. 9 times out of 10, nobody's going to try to steal your wallet, right? When the lights are on and everybody can see. Why? Because they don't want to get caught. Christ says he's the way, the pathway that the sun follows in its annual orbit, right? The S-U-N is light. When all the lights are on, people tend to tell the truth. They tend to be honest. The problem is when? In darkness. In darkness is where you're likely to get robbed, right? Nobody can see you. People think they can get away with it. People are bold because they feel like what? You cannot see them. All right? So when the lights are on, that's the light, right? So I am the way, the truth, sunlight, right? Sunlight demands truth, honesty, and honor. Because if you get caught, you're going to have to suffer the consequences. So sunlight demands, nature demands, sunlight demands honor. All right? So I'm the way, the truth, and the light. Okay? So some people, when you turn that light on, and they see the light that the religion is a lie, and they spent their whole life worshiping some external deity, raised their children to worship an external deity. They debated with other people about the true name of the deity. They debated with other people about the nature of the deity, about the doctrines of the deity. They debated and debated and debated and built a whole life and reputation around this deity, around this religion. And now somebody like DrYasapa comes along and turns the light on and shows that all religion is a scam. Now the light is on. Now you're at the crossroads. You're at the crossroads, my friend. What are you going to do? Are you going to cling to the religion? You're at the crossroads. You know beyond a shadow of a doubt, not because DrYasapa said, but because you saw it with your own eyes, right? The Christ figure said, I am the way, the truth, and the light. You saw it with your own eyes. You know it. And you're at the crossroads. What are you going to choose? Well, the scripture says, choose the old path. Choose the ancient paths. And what is the ancient path? What is the ancient path? A lot of you Christians don't like what I'm about to say. That ancient path that you're supposed to choose is what? None other than nature. Nature's law, cosmology, astrology. And I'm not talking about newspaper astrology and all of the hocus pocus and that kind of foolishness. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about nature. the laws that govern nature. All right? The energies that are emitted from the celestial bodies that dominate, again, let me repeat that, that dominate the functioning of the Earth's atmosphere, geology, and consciousness. This is what I'm talking about, all right? For example, everybody knows that a magnet can what? Attract, and it can repel, all right? Everybody knows that there is what? Radiation. This is a form of energy, all right? There are various forms of vibratory energy, and all of these have an impact on our physical bodies, our tissues, our consciousness, the earth itself, and the atmosphere. For example, we've all heard of these weapons that can create extreme weather events, right? So don't sit here and think that I'm talking crazy to say that energies can affect your life, because we see that energy can. In fact, for those of you who are Egyptologists or some sort of natural healer or something like that, you're already aware that vibration or vibratory energy can be healing, right? It can heal you, all right? So this is nothing new, all right? But it is what it is, y'all. This is what the prophet, you want to know more about this, come to the Saturday class. This is what the prophet said, that the Most High said, and that was penned in the document, all right? You're standing at the crossroads. Choose the old paths, but you have said, we will not. All right? You chose to turn to external deities, religious rituals and ceremonies, and everything else that's unnatural in your pursuit to be like and gain the favor of the hybrids. All right? Take it as you will. I'm Dr. Yasapa from Zion Law School. If you like this message and you want to learn more, show up at the live online 506 The Curses course. The link is in the chat. Also, subscribe to the 101 Ancient Ibaryath course. It's a streaming online course. All right? Go ahead and subscribe to it. If you want to support my work, my Cash App is $DrYasapa, $DrYasapa. And the PayPal is paypal.me/Zion Law School. All right? So let me just say this. Imagine you are, remember, the truth hurts. The truth hurts. Imagine you're sleeping. Okay, or better yet, not even sleeping. Let's do something more mild. Let's say you're walking down the street and then somebody pulls up in a car with those bright white lights. All right, those bright white lights shining in your eye. And you know, when I was younger, it used to be illegal to have bright white lights on. They would give you a ticket. Y'all ever notice that? Now, all of the cars, they have these bright white lights that blind you. So you're walking down the street and the car comes by with these bright white lights and they blind you. Causes you pain, right? Right? Causes you pain when you look at that light. JC, the Christ figure, said, he is the way, the truth, and the light. The light. So you look at that bright light of truth. You, that's right, you, who's stuck under a religious spell. I don't care what camp you're in, what religious organization you are under a spell. That's right, you're under a spell. And every time you go and you listen to them speak, you are being what? Enchanted by their incantations. And you're volunteering for it, and most of you love it. Most of you love it. And you don't want to let it go. But that's all right, because you're demonstrating who you are, and that's your business. Right? That's who you are. Or imagine it this way. Everybody, I think, has experienced this. You're laying in bed, and then somebody comes in and turns the light on. Or the sun comes up and is very bright, comes in your eye, and it turns the lights on, and it hurts, right? Right? So what the Christ is telling you is that the truth hurts. The truth can hurt. And most people will reject the truth. The same way when that car with those bright lights shine the light on you, you cover your eyes. Or when you're laying in bed, somebody turns the light on, or the sun comes up, that bright light hits your eyes, and you cover your eyes. Why? Because it's painful, it's shocking, it's disturbing. Okay? So if you come to our Saturday class, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you may undergo that. You may experience that. You may stay a couple weeks or a couple months, and then you run. You run because the light is too bright. You choose to continue doing what's comfortable, because the truth hurts, and nobody likes you when you tell the truth. What did the Christ figure say? We also discussed this yesterday. The Christ figure said, if they persecuted me, they're going to persecute you. You're not better than me. So don't think you're going to be treated any better than I'm being treated. In fact, what did they do? What did the lawyers do? The Sadducees and the Pharisees in this allegorical story. What did they do? They went to their partner. Who's the partner? The partner is the government. They went to the government and said, hey, this guy is disturbing our religious racket. He's out here shining a light on our what do you call it? On our scam. He's waking people up to our scam. This guy's going to put us out of business, make us have to get a real job, or make us create some real value. So their partner, y'all remember we discussed this in the Devil's Pulpit, the foremost authority on astrotheology. The link to that PDF is free, is in the description area of this video. So they went to their partner. All of them in religion and government are in the same secret societies, and they said, hey, Pontius Pilate, you got to do something about this guy. He's going to blow it for all of us, right? We got this really nice, cushy lifestyle. This guy's going to blow it. What did the people do? What did the people do? His own people, so-called Jewish people, what did they do? They said, give us Barabbas, a known criminal. A known criminal? Why? Because the people like to be BS'd. The people like drama. They like to be lied to, right? They like drama, etc., etc., etc. And they said, put the Christ figure on the cross. Put him up. Let him suffer. Kill him. So what do you think is going to happen to you when you start going around telling the truth, shining the light on religion and religious people and their affiliates? What do you think is going to happen to you? Huh? You think people are going to like you? Of course, you know they're not. That's why you what? That's why most of you will decide to continue in religion because you want to have friends. You return to the Most High, most people are not going to like you. They're going to think you're crazy. Right? So y'all choose the easy way. Because that's what you want. All right? So if you're courageous and you think that you're up to the challenge, come join us on Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're tired of religion, if you're tired of religious doctrine and all of that mind control, etc., 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 if you're tired of that, come see me. Come see me Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to stand alone, if you want to be in harmony with nature, you want to be free and liberated, if you want your stuff back, I'm talking about your property that you've been given at birth that has been taken away from you because you're in dishonor. Dishonor of what? Exodus chapter 20, verse 12. You're dishonoring your ancient foremothers and forefathers. Why? Because they put us in a contract with the Most High to follow his instructions, which are natural law, and you're not doing it. You're following religious doctrine. All right? Or philosophies. Okay? So you're getting the punishments. All right? You're getting the punishments because you are out of honor. All right? Anyway, I'm Dr. Yasapa. Islam to all the Moors. Shalawama to the entire house of Yasharallah.